Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is gonna be the last backstory video for the last song on the album, and it's called His Promise. And it's about fighting through those seasons to hold on to faith when it looks like God is not gonna show up and do what He said He was gonna do. And, I remember being in my hotel room at a worship conference when I was developing what would become the second verse of this song. And I was actually, crying, through writing the words. It was a really intense revelation that giving up is exactly what the enemy wants me to do, what the opposing forces of this world want me to do. Because I think that just over time, over the course of history of civilization, people have been able to survive amazing atrocities as long as they have their hope intact. And when you kill the hope, I think the human spirit goes with it, and so I really wanted to convey in a song, like, for myself, a reminder, like, what does it look like to hang on during a time where I feel like God is being silent. I don't feel like God is giving me any clues or direction. I thought you said you wouldn't leave me or forsake me. I thought you said that that my gifts were gonna make room for me. What, where are you, God? And what does it look like for me to actually begin to do the things that you've called me to do? Like, when am I going to be doing more than just playing in people's restaurants who don't care that I'm there, And albeit, I will say, I know it's a blessing to make music and to get paid for it, because there's so many other jobs that I've had before this that were not anything close to my heart at all. And it was literally just something that I did to make money. And I'm very fortunate to have had a career for 4 years doing something that I enjoy. And of course, because of COVID, it has stopped in that capacity. But at the time, I was still active in that as a career. But there's something soul-sucking about performing for people who don't care about you. I can't deny that. And if you're a musician, you know what that feels like. If you're a musician in the local circuit, you know what that's like. But for the one or two people who would appreciate it, it would keep me going. But anyway, I wanted to know if I was ever going to experience playing my music for people who actually came there specifically to hear a word about that, about experiences that I've shared, about my voice and my journey, and I had to write myself through those feelings of wanting to give up, and feeling hopeless. And I was reminded about what God has spoken over me, the purpose of my life, not just in the Bible, but what God has spoken to me personally, about what I'm meant to do, and whose lives I'm meant to affect, and how I'm meant to be a bearer of light, and I'm obviously not the only one. I think God means for all of us to be bearers of light, but I think it's easy to forget. It's easy for that to get lost. Just in the trials of life, it's easy to forget why we're here as people. And I'm here doing what I love to do. I'm here creating and making art because somebody passed, because many people, many artists, many of my musical heroes have, whether they, you know, they don't know it specifically from me, but they've passed a torch to me to have courage to be who I am and have courage to explore myself creatively and to want to affect the lives of people with my creations and with my crafts the way I've been affected. You know, music and poetry and rapping and dancing and painting, all of those things have really saved me, and have spoken to me and spoken wisdom and truth to me, and allowed me to heal and better process my life as a person in many ways. From the first time I remember falling in love with Mariah Carey in 1997. I was 7 years old, but I knew I wanted a Mariah Carey CD. I do remember that. I remember being at the store in Youngstown, Ohio. So, you know, it's about being reminded that I do have purpose and that the end result is not always going to be clear when you're in the middle of whatever season you're in. And it was important for me to understand that in that moment, in order to be able to find solace in my season and to continue to have hope. So that's what it is. It's about declaring, like, this looks a mess right now, God, but you know what? You spoke something over me long ago, long before I was even a thought in my parents' minds, long before I was a seed in my mother's womb. You spoke something over me. You spoke purpose and value over my life. And I don't understand your plan all the way. I don't even know if I can see a blueprint, even a glimpse. But I have hope and I have faith, and I don't have these dreams for no reason. So I'm going to believe that you're going to show up anyway, despite what it looks like. So that's what the song is about, in essence. And this is probably the longest video that I've done in regards to this project, but there will probably be more videos. I love getting to share, you know, the backstory of the things that I've written for those who care. And even if nobody cares, I care. I care to be reminded of why I create things. And to remember, like, I was actually not in a good place when I wrote this. But it ended up with hope. It ended up with me coming to the light again. So I hope y'all are doing well. I hope you enjoy all these videos, me sharing with you all the process and the backstory of the album. And I hope you enjoy it once it comes out.